Imagine stepping off a sun-kissed beach and seeing your bank account smile instead of cringe.
The camera flashes a montage of a turquoise shoreline, a cozy mountain cabin, a bustling city skyline, each with price tags flashing $500, $800, $1,200.
It feels like a punch to the wallet, right?
What if I told you that the same vacation you're dreaming of could actually add money to your savings?
Picture a bank statement that lights up with a green plus $300 right after a photo of a sunset over the ocean.
It sounds like a paradox, but it's real, and I'm about to show you how.
Vacations are meant for rest, adventure, and memories.
Yet most of us treat them like a credit card swipe, ending up with a post-trip financial hangover that lingers longer than the tan.
In the next 15 minutes, you'll learn 3 proven strategies to enjoy your break and come home richer. First, we'll master the art of budgeting before you even book, so you never overspend.
Then we'll unlock the power of travel rewards, turning every expense into cashback or points that can be redeemed for future trips.
Finally, we'll explore how to monetize your journey, from side hustles on the road to smart resale of gear and souvenirs.
By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to turn vacation into a savings engine.
Let's start with the foundation, planning and budgeting like a pro. The first step is to set a vacation budget that actually works for you. Begin by defining your total spend ceiling, covering transport, lodging, food, activities, and a little wiggle room for unexpected costs. A useful framework is to adapt the 50-30-20 rule for travel. Allocate 50% of your budget to essential costs like flights and accommodation, 30% to experiences and dining, and keep 20% as a buffer. Write these numbers down in a simple spreadsheet, or use a free budgeting app on your phone. Seeing the figures in front of you makes it harder to ignore. Take a real-life example. Maria planned a 7-day adventure in Costa Rica with a budget of $1,200. By breaking down each category and adding a $200 buffer, she was able to track every expense in real time.
When she returned, she discovered she had saved $300 simply by sticking to her plan. That's the power of a clear budget. Now, let's talk about the tactics that keep your costs low without sacrificing fun. Booking off-peak and using price alerts can shave hundreds off your flight.
Set up a price track on a flight search engine and wait for the dip before you click purchase. When it comes to where you stay, look for flexible accommodations.
Many platforms offer monthly discounts that make a week-long stay almost as cheap as a short-term rental, and choosing a place with a kitchen can cut your food bill dramatically.
Prepaying for activities, like city passes or early bird tickets to attractions, locks in lower rates and protects you from on-site price hikes.
Here's a quick tip that many travelers overlook. Use cashback portals when you book online.
By starting your purchase through a cashback website, you can earn a percentage back on hotels, flights, and even car rentals.
It's like getting a discount after you've already paid. Combine that with a credit card that offers no foreign transaction fees and a solid travel rewards program, and you're turning every dollar spent into future value.
What do you think about turning a vacation into a savings machine? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear your perspective.
Next, we'll dive into the world of rewards and how to make your expenses work for you.
Choose a credit card that gives you 2 to 3% cash back on travel categories, and make sure it has a generous sign-up bonus that you can meet with your flight purchase.
When you apply that card to a $500 flight, watch the points stack up instantly.
Those points can be redeemed for future flights, hotel stays, or even transferred to airline partners for premium cabin upgrades.
The key is to pay off the balance in full each month, so you never pay interest and the rewards become pure profit.
Another powerful lever is to use cashback portals like Rakuten or Top Cashback before you click Book Now.
These sites give you a percentage of your purchase back, and the money lands directly in your account or as a gift card.
It's a simple step that adds up over multiple bookings.
Pair that with airline miles earned from flying, and you can cover a significant portion of your next trip without touching your savings.
Finally, let's explore how to monetize the trip itself. While you're on the road, consider side hustles that fit the travel lifestyle. Freelance writing, photography, or even teaching a language online can be done from a cafe with Wi-Fi. If you have a knack for finding unique items, Buy local crafts at a discount and resell them on platforms like Etsy when you get home. Even your travel gear can become a source of income. Rent out your camera equipment or camping gear to fellow travelers through peer-to-peer rental services.
By turning idle assets into cash flow, you offset the cost of the vacation and sometimes even make a profit. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button and smash the like so we can keep finding ways to make travel work for our wallets. Now that you've seen how to turn every expense into a potential earnings stream,
let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle, the post-vacation audit that locks in your savings and sets you up for the next adventure without the financial hangover.
Imagine you're back home, the sun-kissed photos are already on your phone, and the souvenirs are neatly stacked on the kitchen counter.
It's tempting to let the receipts disappear into a drawer, but that's the moment where most people lose the chance to capture the true value of their smart travel moves. First, gather every proof of purchase. Flight confirmations, hotel invoices, rental car receipts, and even the little receipts from that street market where you bought a handmade necklace. Pull up your budgeting app or spreadsheet and compare the actual spend against the numbers you projected in the planning phase. Did you stay within the buffer you built? Did you manage to snag that early bird discount on the museum tickets?
If you overspent in one category, look for the offset in another. Perhaps the Cashback portal gave you a few extra dollars that you didn't account for.
Write down the exact amount of points or miles you earned from each transaction, and then calculate the monetary value of those rewards. Many travel cards assign a value of 1 cent per point, but some airline miles can be worth more when you redeem them for premium cabin upgrades.
Take the time to run those numbers, because seeing a concrete plus $300 on your statement is far more motivating than a vague sense of, I saved something.
Next, transfer any earned points or miles to the program that gives you the highest return. If you have a flexible travel credit card that lets you move points to a partner airline, do that before the transfer window closes.
Some programs also allow you to convert points into gift cards for popular retailers, which can be a quick way to recoup cash for everyday expenses.
The key is to act promptly. Many rewards expire after a year, and you don't want to lose the hard-earned value because you forgot to move them.
Now, let's talk about the hidden treasure that many travelers overlook, the resale market for travel gear. You mentioned renting out your camera equipment while you were on the road, but what about the items you bought during the trip?
That handcrafted pottery you found in a coastal town, the limited edition travel journal, or even the high-quality hiking boots you splurged on because they were on sale.
List those items on platforms that cater to niche collectors, and you'll often find buyers willing to pay a fair price, especially if you highlight the story behind each piece.
A well-written description that mentions the sunrise you watched from the balcony of that boutique hotel can turn a simple listing into a compelling narrative that drives sales.
Even if you only recoup a portion of the cost, it still contributes to the overall savings equation.
Another powerful post-trip habit is to set up an automatic transfer of a small percentage of your travel rewards into a dedicated vacation fund.
Think of it as a self-replenishing bank account that grows each time you travel. Every time you redeem points for a flight, move the cash equivalent into this fund.
Over time, you'll notice a steady accumulation that can cover future trips without dipping into your regular savings. It's a subtle but effective way to make travel a self-sustaining activity rather than a financial drain. Now, let's address the psychological side of saving while traveling.
Many people feel guilty when they spend money on experiences, even if those experiences are part of a well-planned budget.
The trick is to reframe the narrative. Instead of seeing the expense as a loss, view it as an investment in your well-being and personal growth.
Studies show that memorable experiences contribute more to long-term happiness than material purchases.
By aligning your travel with personal goals, whether that's learning a new language, mastering a cooking technique,
or simply unplugging from the daily grind, you create intangible value that far outweighs the dollars spent.
When you combine that with the tangible financial returns we've discussed, you end up with a double win, richer in both spirit and bank balance.
At this point, you might be wondering how to keep the momentum going for the next vacation.
The answer lies in building a habit loop that starts with a small, achievable action.
For example, set a reminder on the first day of each month to check your travel rewards balance.
Use that moment to explore any new promotions or bonus offers that could boost your earnings.
Then, schedule a brief planning session every quarter where you outline potential destinations, look for off-peak deals, and update your budget template.
By breaking the process into bite-sized steps, you avoid the overwhelm that often leads people to abandon their savings strategy altogether. Let's bring this full circle with a quick story that illustrates the power of consistency.
Meet Alex, a freelance graphic designer who loved to travel but always felt the sting of post-trip credit card bills.
He started by choosing a travel-focused credit card that offered a generous sign-up bonus and no foreign transaction fees. He set up price alerts for his favorite destinations and booked flights during a flash sale that shaved off-peak costs by a solid 20%.
During his trip to a mountain town, he used a cashback portal for his accommodation, earned points on every meal,
and even filmed short video clips of the sunrise to sell as stock footage. When he returned home, he tallied his expenses, transferred his points to a partner airline, and sold the footage for a modest sum.
He then moved the cashback earnings and a portion of the points' value into his vacation fund.
6 months later, Alex booked another getaway, this time using the accumulated rewards to cover the majority of his flight cost.
He repeated the process, and after a year, he had saved enough to fund a 2-week European tour without dipping into his emergency savings.
Alex's story shows that when you treat each trip as a series of small, repeatable actions, the compound effect can be astonishing.
Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried turning a vacation into a savings machine?
What tricks have you discovered that helped you keep more money in your pocket while still enjoying the adventure?
Share your experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else unlock the same financial freedom.
And if you're just starting out, let us know which part of the process feels the most challenging.
We'll be sure to dive deeper into those topics in future videos.
Before we wrap up, let's recap the 3 core pillars we've covered. First, a solid budget that includes a realistic buffer and leverages off-peak pricing. Second, the strategic use of rewards, from credit card points to cashback portals, to turn every dollar spent into future value. Third, the monetization of the trip itself, whether through side hustles, resale of unique finds, or renting out gear you own. By integrating these pillars into a repeatable routine,
you transform each vacation from a financial setback into a stepping stone toward greater wealth. If you found this roadmap useful, consider giving the video a thumbs up.
It tells the algorithm that this kind of content resonates with you,
and it helps more travelers discover ways to make their holidays work for their wallets. And if you haven't already,
hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you won't miss the next deep dive into travel finance hacks.
Like how to negotiate airline upgrades without spending a dime, or the best ways to earn passive income while you're on
the road. One final tip before we say goodbye. Keep a travel journal that records not just the places you visited, but also the financial strategies you employed. Over time, you'll build a personal playbook that you can reference before each trip. You'll notice patterns, refine your approach, and become more confident in your ability to travel smart. The journal can be a simple notebook, a digital document, or even a series of voice memos you record on the plane. The act of documenting reinforces the habit and makes it easier to replicate success. Remember, the goal isn't to turn every vacation into a profit-making venture at the expense of enjoyment.
It's about finding a balance where you can explore the world, create lasting memories, and still feel good about the state of your bank account when you return.
When you master that balance, travel becomes not just a break from routine,
but a catalyst for both personal growth and financial empowerment. Thank you for staying with me through this deep dive.
I hope you feel equipped to plan your next getaway with confidence,
knowing that you have the tools to keep more of your hard-earned money while still living the experiences you crave. Until the next video, keep exploring, keep saving, and keep sharing your journey with the community.
Safe travels and happy saving. And remember, every smart travel habit you build today compounds into bigger freedom tomorrow. If this resonated,
share your favorite money-saving travel tip in the comments and give this video a like so the community keeps growing.
Subscribe for more practical finance hacks and hit the bell to never miss a future episode.
Safe journeys and keep thriving. Enjoy!